Hello, and thanks for taking the time to check out our MDR Essential offering today. Today I will go through some information about MDR Essential, as well as showcase some of what you can expect as an MDR Essential customer. MDR Essential provides fundamentally important capabilities as a cost-effective 24/7 service, including fully managed next-generation antivirus and anti-malware technologies, tamper protection to ensure that you stay protected even from advanced attacks, integrated threat intelligence managed by our 24/7 security operations centers, and active threat response from malware, ransomware, and behavioral detections, all backed and led by our award-winning security operations team. Through our Cyphon incident management system, as a customer, you can see the same alerts that our security operations team is reviewing in your environment and the results of their investigations. You also have access to self-service dashboards showing the status of your MDR Essential deployment, ensuring that the hosts that you want and expect to be protected remain protected. So let's jump into a few demos today to review exactly what you as an MDR Essential customer would be able to see. So the first dashboard we're going to go through here is our Cyphon incident management system. So what you can see through this dashboard is you get a high-level overview by day, week, or by month of the number of alerts in your environment, as well as the criticality of those alerts, the status as to whether they are completed, whether they're in process of being reviewed by an analyst, or whether they are new to the system and haven't been picked up by an analyst yet. You also see a set of collections down here, which is types of alerts and devices we are receiving data from. And in our MDR Essential, you will simply see Falcon or similar. But as you go up the stack in our MDR product offerings, you will be able to get access to additional types of data sets. If there's a geographic-based designator in any of the alerts, you will see that plotted here on this map. And then you'll get a nice little display here about different alerts over time that have occurred in your environment. Moving into our alerts tab, you're going to get a breakout of the different alerts that are showing up in your environment. So you will see here that a lot of these are based on our EDR technology. You'll see different types of alerts, whether it be malicious files, whether it be behavioral through a multitude of different correlations that's going to end up with something that has to be reviewed by the analyst, whether it's adware, a potentially unwanted program or similar, or whether it's a sensor-based machine learning type of detection where it's really looking at the behavioral aspects of what's going on your system. I also mentioned earlier about tamper protection. So anytime there's an attempt to disable or modify the security tools that we've put in place on your system, we're going to get a critical notification of that as well. Moving into some of our status dashboards that you as a customer have access to, you're going to get an MDR agent status. So this is going to give you an idea as to what your environment status looks like, how many agents you have deployed, how many have been active versus inactive in the last 7 days. You get a breakout by operating system, by version, etc. And then you get a list of the active agents versus the inactive agents as you see down here. So you're going to know which agents are active, which are inactive, and some additional metadata around those to help you track that down easily. Moving on to our executive dashboard, this is going to give you a high level of what's going on from a detection standpoint in your environment. So it's going to give you the number of detections that have occurred in the last 30 days, whether these are SHA-256 based detections, known patterns or hashes that have been identified, how much malware by host has been prevented in your environment, and then what the most recent detections are. And you can see here that this breaks it out by the detection technique, as well as different tactics, techniques, and procedures that are identified. Now, interfacing with your MDR team here at ControlScan is extremely simple. We give you a web-based portal that'll allow you to interface with our analysts through the ticketing system. You also have the ability to call our toll-free SOC number at any time, 24/7, 365 days a year. And then we also have an email address that allows you to interface with the ticketing system this way as well. But all of our procedural, all of our incident management, etc., is handled through this ticketing system. So you're going to see here the web-based portal. And this is going to give you the ability at any time to log in to create a ticket or to review any of the existing tickets you have, whether they be via email or through that phone call. So when you click on requests here in the top corner, you're going to get a list of all of your requests that show up. So this is going to be the type of request, the reference ticket number, what the summary of this actual ticket was, which service desk this was associated with. So you can see here, this is our MDR product, and then who the requester was. Was it Jane, John, etc.? In this case, it's a demo account. So you're going to see demo account, and then you're going to see the status of that ticket. So say we want to get some details as to what the status of this ticket is and what's going on with this this request. When I click on this request, it's going to give me an idea as to what the status changes were, who it's assigned to, all these different attributes. Has the priority been set? Has it been changed, etc.? And then any comments or attachments, as you can see here, are also tagged into this as well. And so if this is a ticket that is being worked by, say you got multiple people on your team, you can also come in here as an individual and say, hey, I don't want to be notified of changes to this ticket anymore. Somebody else on my team has it. And this will only apply to this ticket versus any others. So that's a quick high-level overview as to some of the pieces that you will get as an MDR Essential customer. Now, what I also want to jump into is a little bit about what the deployment looks like. So I'm going to jump over here to a Windows 10 system. So what you're seeing here is a Windows 10 system, very traditional as to what you would expect in your environment. So as you go through the onboarding process, you're going to work with our onboarding team, and they're going to provide you with an install file. It'll look exactly like this. We have multiple different ways to install this. The majority of our customers just run the file on the systems, but if you have a software deployment tool set, or if you've got Active Directory that you want to deploy this through, we also have instructions to help you get that completed as well. So I'm going to open this file. It's going to prompt a escalation of privileges, because you do have to be administrator on the local machine to execute this install. You're going to click next or yes. Once this dialog comes up, you're going to click next. You're going to fill in the information that was provided by your onboarding team, and they're going to give you all the information you need to know to complete this procedure. You're going to click next. And then you're going to click typical to just go through a typical installation. Once you've clicked install, you're going to wait anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds, depending on the speed of your computer, anything else that's going on in the background. And then once this is completed, you're going to see the dialog pop up, and it's going to tell you that you are now finished. Once this is finished, your system is now protected, and you can continue on performing any other tasks that you were doing on your machine at that time. So there's no further steps that are required here. At this point, this machine is fully protected. Our onboarding team will verify with you that we do see this machine and that everything is good and is as it should be. And that's it. From that point, you are a MDR Essential customer. This machine is now protected, and our SOC analysts are now monitoring your system 24/7, 365. Now that you've seen what MDR Essential offers and that ease of installation, what are you waiting for? So contact your team today. Let's get you protected. And I really appreciate everybody taking the time to review this. Thank you.